Hi, Stitchy friends. I'm Terry,
And I'm Jamie,
and we're
and we're
Heartland
Heartland
Quilting
Quilting
and
and
Stitching.
Stitching. This is Saturday, June 20th, 2024, and we are here for a wonderful video with our friend Susan from Sweet Wing Studios.
Hi, Susan.
Hey
Hey,
y'all.
thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Any chance that we can talk to you, we take it.
Yeah. So I think
Aw.
today we're just going to do a small trunk show of some of her newer and most popular patterns,
Mhm.
and she's just going to show them to you and talk about them a little bit.
And then we have a fun surprise at the towards the end of the video, so make sure you stick around
Yep.
because you will want to.
Yes.
Yes. So let's go ahead and we'll just kind of ease into this a little bit. We can talk a little bit about, how we met and how you became a designer and that kind of thing. So, let's start with how did you become a designer? What inspired you to become a designer?
Well, like a lot of us, cross-stitched when I was a little girl, and my mom taught me how back in the 80s. And of course, I loved it back then, but when you get older, you go on to other things. So I've done just all kinds of crafts, paper crafts, painting, just try to everything. Mostly I just like to play. I wouldn't even call it creativity. It's just play. But let's see, back in like 2014, I started to crochet and I loved that. But there's really only so many blankets and scarves a person can make. So I started kind of looking around for something else. And one of the people online that I followed about crochet had mentioned that she found Satsuma Street, her
Mhm.
patterns. And I was just enthralled because I didn't realize that cross stitch was still a popular craft. And of course, it's gotten even more popular lately,
Come
but
so far.
it really has. It really has. And so I kind of went down the rabbit hole with that and um, eventually found Flosstube. And, from there, it's over.
Yep.
Yeah. It's all
Yep.
downhill.
Yep.
Same.
So did you take art classes or something in school? I mean, where does your talent come from? Just God given?
I would have to say so. Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely not anything that I'm all that great at. It's just I enjoy playing with colors. I love fonts. I love of course what I end up making is based on my faith a lot. So, I love quotes and lyrics and verses and positive words and pretty images and nature. And I just kind of like to throw it all in a bowl and see what comes out.
Yes, I like that analogy. That's great.
I can draw something in my head. I mean, I can see it exactly the way I want it. I try and put it on paper. It's like I don't even recognize what this is.
I can't even draw a stick figure, so
So, so we admire you for that.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a lot of fun.
good. Well, you said you like to play with color, and I'm just admiring your floss wall behind you, which is
Yeah,
Thank
gorgeous.
you. Yes, this
looks
is
nice.
my fun table here.
Yes, absolutely. Well, should we just talk a little bit about why we know you, how we met you? Mom, do you want to start?
Um, for some reason, you started watching our floss tube.
Who knew why?
I know.
I
And you
go
were
with that.
commenting on our videos, and I was always struggling saying your name. I couldn't say Sweet Wing for nothing. But I was stitching, what was I stitching? Forever in Peace.
Well,
And
you had just posted it, you had just released it, and Mom was like, "Yes."
yeah, so I was stitching that every week. And then we just kind of reached out to each other and finally got to meet at
Market 2 years
Market.
ago.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
just got to know each other a little bit from there. So
Yes.
Yeah, I can't believe that's already been over 2 years ago.
I know
Right?
it.
Crazy.
Susan, do you have anything you want to add to that?
Um, uh, well, of course, I found your floss tube. I think you were all pretty new whenever I started watching you guys, and of course, I don't know. I just feel sort of a kinship with you two. I don't know. We just I don't know. I think we click.
Yes. Yes.
And my husband, it's funny. He came in the room one day and I had you guys on and he said, "Oh, are those your friends?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, I recognize them because you watch them a lot." So,
Oh, that's sweet.
yeah.
Tell your husband hi for us.
Okay, I will.
And
Sounds good.
for anybody who's coming to us through Susan,
Mhm.
our Flosstube is Cornhusker State Stitchers, and we'll
Yes.
link all that below.
Yes. And we'll go ahead and plug that real quick. Normally, we do these types of videos on our Cornhusker State Stitchers YouTube. We will be posting it on both of those. So we will be posting it on Heartland and our Cornhusker State Stitchers. So if you are subscribed to either one of those, you will get notification.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Now that that's out of the way.
Let's get down to business. I'm excited to see these patterns that you've got.
Yes.
I'm
You want
excited
to
to show
start us
you.
off?
Sure, sure. I will start with some that came out earlier this year. And these are some of my spring and summer designs I'll show you to begin with. This first one is Among the Trees. And I was inspired by a Tolkien quote from, I think it was in the Hobbit book, not the Lord of the Rings. Well, I don't know. It could have been in the Lord of the Rings. I don't know. I don't read the books. I just watch the movies.
Yes.
They're all kind of the same thing, aren't they?
Yeah. So, anyway, I love the quote and I love trees because I grew up in a house surrounded by trees and I didn't realize how much trees meant to me until I moved away and didn't have any trees. And that's sort of a woo-woo thing, but um, I don't know. It's nice to have trees around, just for shade and beauty. And I love to watch them sway in the wind.
Oh, yes.
They're just beautiful to me. So anyway, and I saw a piece of clip art on Pinterest, which is where I get a lot of my inspiration. It's just so chock full of all kinds of things. Um, but this is Among the Trees.
Mm.
I like that.
Yes. That sentiment, now hearing your story, that really makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I am at home among the trees.
And you said this one came out this year.
Yes, this came out earlier this spring, summer. Mhm.
And for you guys that are not aware, Susan is down in Georgia, so
Yes.
a lot of trees down there.
Yes, lots of pine trees and oak trees and
And we have cornfields here.
They're
Those
Yes.
are our trees.
tall enough.
they are tall enough. Yeah. Okay. And the second one I've got here is Bloom Where You're Planted. And this one I've said before, I didn't used to like this quote, but it was because I was planted in the wrong place at the time. So I didn't want to bloom there. I needed to go sit in another pot. So eventually I was able to do that and come and do designing full time. And I'm very blessed to be able to do that. So here's this one, Bloom Where You're Planted. And I had the idea of just a gigantic tulip. Hopefully that's what it looks like. And I wanted to do kind of a fun font and more of a longer design.
I like that. And did you finish it yourself? Do you finish all of your stuff yourself?
Most of it, yes, yes. I would say probably 80 or 90% of it, I do it myself. I'm not that good at it. I don't enjoy it at all, but
It
I
gets
just,
done. That's all that matters.
I know you just have to get it done. So,
And you
but this
stitch
one,
all your own stuff too, don't you?
I do most of it, but I do have some model stitchers now who are wonderful and save me so much time and they're great. They're great. So
Good.
yeah, I'm starting to use more model stitchers for sure.
Good.
But this one I did stitch myself. And this here, I've started to use more scrapbook paper as
Mm.
finishing materials because it's just easy. And when you glue it down, it stays. And sometimes fabric gets a little weird and wrinkly or whatever, but this seems to work pretty good. And I just put a little ribbon on this one.
I love it.
Yeah, that's cute.
And this was one of my best sellers at Nashville Market earlier this year, Goodness and Mercy.
It's so
It
darling.
is.
And I named her Mabel. It just seemed to fit.
I hope the colors are turning out really good on the video because it's really cute.
Yes.
Pretty colors.
Yeah, that's kind of I think it's Brethren Blue from
Okay.
Gentle Arts, and it's beautiful. Yeah.
Okay.
This one a model stitcher did for me, and it's just really well done. I don't know if you can see it close up, but the stitches are just perfect.
It looks phenomenal.
I aspire to that.
Yeah.
I feel like I
Well,
need Mabel in my life.
this one is a pillow finish, as you can see, and I do love a little tiny pillow. They're just my size and just precious.
And you can stick them anywhere.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I love them.
Mhm.
Okay, this one I stitched, and it means a lot to me because this is the one I had in my Q-snap when my dad passed away.
Mhm.
And I kind of had this quote in mind anyway because we knew he was in his last months and weeks. And so when I designed this, I kind of had him in mind. And also, my husband loves Narnia. So I wanted to kind of do something with Narnia inspired. And this is a C.S. Lewis quote. There are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind.
True. Yes.
And that means a lot to me. And
That gave me goosebumps.
I know. I thought I was being weird, but no, I have goosebumps.
so, yeah, this one is very close to my heart for obvious reasons. Another reason it's close to my heart is because Chantel from Chantel 141, she finished this for me, and it's just her little special touches up here are just amazing. And yep,
I
I
was
love
gonna
it.
ask because that board looked familiar and like
Yeah.
that feels like a Chantel board.
Yeah.
It does. It does. She has the best stuff.
Yes.
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 That's very nice.
Everything you're showing, I just want to take out of
Yeah.
the computer and like have.
Just send them to us.
Yeah.
Okay, this one is a collaboration I did with Forbidden Fiber Company. And what she does every year is she will send me a palette of flosses that she picks out. And I also let her pick out a Bible verse that she wants me to create it into a pattern. So last year she picked Esther 4:14, and I took the words from that verse, perhaps you were created for such a time as this. And the story in the Bible is of Esther, of course. And I thought what fit the best to go along with that story would be a crown. So I designed a crown and a girl reaching for her crown.
Like that.
Yes.
And I love the colors that
Mhm.
Leanne from Forbidden Fiber Company picked out for me. They are a little, they're pink and purples, and I don't usually use a whole lot of pink and purples, but that was a
And it
pleasure to work
works.
with.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, especially with the girl in the crown, pink and purples are just
Mhm.
perfect.
Yes,
Leanne's got a great touch with color too.
Yeah.
she does. She's amazing. I love
Yeah.
her yarns too. She tempts me every time she puts out a new yarn set and makes me want to go back to crochet.
Yep. It's been a long time since I've knitted, but I'm just like, oh, I need them.
Every time I crochet, I start like here and then it just keeps going like this. So I haven't quite figured out that yet.
The counting piece.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Even if it's not perfect, it's still fun. And this was my Nashville exclusive, only once.
Yeah.
I love that.
And this saying comes from a very old hymn that I found online. And I can't even find like a YouTube video where somebody's singing it or playing it or anything, but I did find the sheet music to that. So I know how the song goes. I play the piano too, so I
Oh,
just
nice.
I wanted to know how the whole song, all the lyrics went and how the song sounds. So um, yeah, this one is, somebody said this one is a little bit 90s, and I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's timeless. I like the way
Yeah.
you put the lace around it. I think
That's-
that really makes it stand out.
Yeah, that was nice. It's funny when I finish something, I will just go to like usually Hobby Lobby or Michael's and just look for pieces that are a good size that might fit whatever I'm working with. And then I just make it work. This I stained the frame to be a little bit darker to match the browns in the pattern, and just used that lace, and I painted that background a
Mhm.
green to match the trees.
I love the top and bottom border.
Yeah, I do too.
I love it.
Yeah, I like that too. I like sort of a tapestry look, and
Mhm.
that I like that.
Lovely.
Okay, this one is one that was inspired by a group of friends, and Holly from Hobbies of Holly, if it's okay that I mention her.
Of
Oh,
course.
yeah.
She actually found this quote and sent it to me and asked me to create a special design for her and a group of her friends, her stitchy friends. And so I did that, and she was okay with me releasing it as a design to everyone too. So this also came out at market this year. This is the golden thread.
Yo.
Yeah, I like that one. I like them all.
I
What am
know.
I talking about?
You just can hear us keep saying
Yeah.
that.
So, and I finished this as just a little kind of, I call it a flatty.
Yeah.
And it's just something simple and something you can just lay out somewhere.
Mhm.
As long as
Yeah.
somebody doesn't use it as a coaster.
Oh, goodness. Please don't do that.
No.
Guys around my house would.
I can't
Oh,
get over the fact you call it a flatty. I love that.
it's just what came to mind.
Absolutely.
I still like the sneaky peeky that she used.
Yes.
All right. This one it is well.
Those
And
colors are just amazing.
They're my
I,
color.
you like blues and greens? Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
I do too. I do too. Um, so this fabric is, forgive me if I'm saying her name wrong, but Camille Roskelly.
Mhm.
Okay. It's one of her summer florals, and it came in a set with this, also with this pattern.
I
But
love her color palette.
Yeah. And she used
yes.
to be in business with her mom, so it
Mhm.
was Bonnie and Camille, for those that
Oh,
are familiar with Camille herself. So,
Yep.
oh, lovely.
so her mom retired, now she's on her own.
Hmm.
That's good. So this one, of course, is inspired by quilts, and um, I don't know, I love it. It was very fun to design, and it was fun to stitch too. I stitched this one, and
And that would be an easy pattern to change colors in if those aren't your color style, then
it absolutely is. Yeah, I've had stitchers send me pictures of their different color options that they used for that one.
How do you feel about that as a designer? I'm just curious. Just I hear from a lot of designers that they're completely fine with it.
I love it. I love to see what people can do, to change it up and make it their own, and make it match their home style or whatever they want. I love to see it. I don't have any problems with it at all.
For me as a consumer, I love it too. I love the ability to do it.
Mhm.
And it's just like, because if you love a pattern and it's not your color, then just change your color. I mean, change the color of the pattern.
I do
Yeah, and
that
I
all
would
the time.
I would want everybody, all stitchers to know that they're free to do that, because, when you first get into cross stitching, you think everything has to be exactly the same. That's just kind of you feel like you have to follow the rules, I guess,
Yes.
but
Yep.
you don't. There are no rules in cross stitch
Make it
except,
your own.
yep, put the needle in.
Yep.
Yep, that's on my list of must-dos. I've got to stitch that pattern.
This is God is Good All the Time, another
Yeah.
quilt inspired.
Yeah, you hit my soul with the quilt ones.
Yeah. Do you quilt at
Yeah,
all?
I don't.
Mm.
We got to change that.
I know. I got to clone myself so I can have time to do everything I want to
I
do.
hear you.
Yep.
But I love the color pattern on this one. This is
Yeah.
all Gentle Arts colors, and I just really like the softness of the kind of pastels, I guess you'd say, but
Yeah.
not exactly pastels. But anyway,
How do you choose the brands of threads that you use? You just find the color you like and whoever makes it, that's what it is?
Pretty much. Yep. I choose by color, not so much brand. Um, yeah, the color is what matters to me. Sometimes I want a more variegated, and sometimes I want a more solid. And that's part of it's not a bad thing about being a designer, but it takes a little bit more time to pick a color because there are so
Overwhelming.
options. Yes. And luckily I've got a nice collection here to choose from and it's it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's probably one of my favorite parts about the whole design process is picking out the colors and making sure they go together and go with the fabric and show up nice on the fabric. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I know when I'm kitting up a project, I do the same thing. I just look at all the different colors and like, oh, I like that one. I like that one. I like that one. And one color can work with, say you're doing greens and blues. Some greens don't work with those blues, and it makes a difference.
It does. It really does. And you would be surprised, I think, to just see what a difference certain colors can make. Just one, like a yellow might be a little too gold or a little too like highlighter yellow.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just there's so many options. And sometimes highlighter yellow is exactly what you need.
Exactly.
This one came out late last year. This is Harvest Butterflies.
That's precious.
Yeah, I love that.
I really wanted to do something with butterflies because Sweet Wing Studio.
Right. Oh, we never even talked about how you got your name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just picked it out. I wish I had a cool story to go along with it, but I don't. It's just I just had I wrote down a bunch of words that I liked and just kind of wanted to, have something different, but not, I don't know, not specific to cross stitch because at the time I wasn't sure that's all I was going to be doing, but that's all I'm going to be doing. So, yeah.
It's a perfect name.
Thanks.
It's a perfect name for you.
Yes.
Aw, thank you.
And it's perfect because mom has a hard time saying it, and it's just funny to listen to it.
I have a hard time saying a lot of words.
This one came out earlier last year. And I really like it. And it hasn't sold a bunch. And I don't know why. Maybe I'm the only one that likes it. But anyway, this is Lucky to Have. And the reason I like it is because you can use it for 2 seasons. Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day, which are right close together. And it's a little hard to find things you can leave out for more than 2 weeks in that time of year.
Right.
So a good friend is like a 4-leaf clover, hard to find and lucky to have. And I think that's true too.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I like that saying a lot.
And it doesn't have to just be for St. Patty's Day. I mean, that's a good pattern to give to any friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I like that one.
And that's a great one too, that you can change up the colors too for that special friend or something like that.
You can.
With their favorite colors in it.
Okay, this one is my oldest design, and it is also my #1 bestseller of all time. And I made this in August of 2018, I believe. And this was the one that I started with just playing around, thinking, well, maybe I can do cross stitch design. We'll see how it goes. So this is the one I made. Spring Doxology.
Yes.
With the bunnies and the birds.
I know when we have this one in stock, we can't keep it in stock. It goes.
It's a very simple and easy stitch, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So
those birds in the middle. Oh, I agree. You can't say enough good things about that one.
Thank you. I get so tickled when I'm trying to design an animal or a person. It starts out so hilarious. They look like just very strange alien blobs before I can.
That sounds like my drawing.
You have to work with them to get them right.
You got to mold them.
Yes.
Yours never get molded.
I give up too quick. That's why we have people like her, so I can just stitch what she draws on.
Exactly.
This one is a good one for Thanksgiving, I think. And this one's been out for a while, but it's still pretty popular around Thanksgiving times.
Mhm.
And I really love the colors in this one. Blessed
Yeah.
Beyond
Yeah.
Measure.
That's another one we have a hard time keeping in stock.
Yes. And
I
not
just love,
just,
sorry, go ahead.
sorry, not just for Thanksgiving too, but you've got some wonderful fall motifs in there and your sunflowers and your pumpkins, and it's a great one for that season, the entire season.
Mm-hmm.
I love a lot of little motifs. I hope stitchers don't mind that because I like little motifs, and I know they're not always the most fun to stitch because you have to change colors and change areas a lot, but it's just my favorite, the little things.
I think it gives you more of a sense of completion. If you can do a little motif and get it done, move on to another one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I've got one for Christmas too. This came out last year. Merry Cozy Jolly. And I just wanted to do something with some different Christmas colors, aqua and pink and red,
Mm-hmm.
green and white.
Yeah, that just says Christmas, doesn't it?
Yes. Stinking adorable.
I know.
Okay, and now we start our patriotic section. Are y'all ready for
Yeah,
that?
my favorite. My
Heck
favorite.
yeah.
My favorite too. Okay, this one you are familiar with. You guys are. My Home Sweet Home, inspired by Terry's love of sunflowers in America.
Yeah. So
So
Susan actually designed this with us in mind,
Mhm.
and she let us have it in our shop as an exclusive for a year. So this has now been released to everyone,
Yeah.
so you can get it anywhere. And we still do sell the PDFs if anybody wants a PDF.
Mm-hmm.
I love this one. I stitched it right away.
Yep. That flag is fantastic.
Oh.
I know it's massive, but it is fantastic.
it is massive. I did cheat a little bit on this, and I think I told everybody that, but I did just half stitches. I don't know if you can tell,
Yeah.
but you can't tell. So that's
But
all that matters.
that's the beauty of it is you don't have to just do full cross. You can do half cross. You can mix everything. It's great.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So there's that one. Okay, this one is Stand Firm, and it is a tribute to one of my favorite presidents and my husband's number one favorite president, Abraham Lincoln. And I really
Actually,
wanted
who our town is named after.
Yes.
Where I
Oh,
live in
yes.
Nebraska, and it's named after Abraham Lincoln.
Yes. So I really wanted to do something with the Lincoln Memorial. It's one of my favorite places on earth. So I started with that and then found the quote. And the rumor or the legend, I guess maybe you should say, is that he said this to a lady who had just gotten off of a carriage, and it was a rainy day and it was muddy, and he said, be sure you put your feet in the right place, then stand firm. But of course, it means more than just actual standing there with your footing firm. It applies
Your
to
values.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a very strong saying, and
Yeah.
yes, very love it.
Very,
Very love it. Yes.
I love it.
we're doing English class after this.
Absolutely.
So let me talk about a little bit about the motifs on this one.
Okay.
I just wanted to make it just totally Abraham Lincoln from his boyhood to his presidency. So here's the log cabin that he was born in. And I did look at the log cabin. We've actually been there, but I looked at a picture of the log cabin so I could get it to look, a lot of log cabins look the same, but I wanted that one to look as much like the real one as possible. So we did that. And then the axe, of course, he's famous for that.
Mhm.
And I put the little lantern there because he did a lot of reading at night and studying. And, back then they didn't have lamps and electricity. So, and of course, the flag, Abraham hat, $5 bill, the penny. of course, memorial. This is a quilt block that was popular during Civil War times. And the 4 roses stand for his 4 children.
Oh, cool.
That's
Anyway.
what I love about cross stitch patterns. There's just so much significance and you can just put so much into them, and I love it.
And that's why doing these videos on trunk shows is so good, because you can talk to the artist and figure out why they put the motifs in there that they did and what they mean.
Yes. All right, this one's a fun one with some birdies.
Yeah.
3 birds.
That's great. Oh, Leonard Skinner there.
Yeah. Exactly.
I just have this image of a bunch of little birds just
I
marching
know.
down the street.
Yeah.
Pray the birds.
Flags. And in my mind, I wanted to do a bunch of different birds. I even wanted to add like a flamingo and a couple of other birds, but I just had room for these, so I just left it at that. But let's see, that's like a robin, cardinal, dove, goldfinch, sparrow, and bluebird.
Yeah.
Okay.
And an interesting thing about this finishing fabric, the blue is some denim that came from the cotton mill where my grandmother worked whenever she
wow.
was
That is neat.
a young woman. So I'm glad to have that to be able to
Yes.
use.
Gives you something to remember her with.
Excuse me.
All right, and here comes this one.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
Ooh.
This one, when I first started stitching, I thought, okay, these browns are not going to work. And I just went ahead and trusted you, and I put the stitches in. And it's like, oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the pictures just don't do it justice. It is beautiful.
I think I mentioned earlier that I like the tapestry look and that this is full coverage. And yeah, it takes a while to stitch, but I personally think it's worth it because it's just, I don't know. I love that the colors worked out. I just tried a few different things and yeah.
And you're not stitching the same thing over and over.
Yeah, so you
even
don't get
though,
bored.
yeah, you have the strips of them, but it's not repeated throughout. And I love it. But you have some stickers that go along with that, don't you?
Yes.
I do, and thanks for reminding me about that. I made a sticker out of the flag, so those are available too. I just, cropped the picture down to the flag and ordered some stickers, and they're vinyl and they're nice and thick, and they're apparently like dishwasher safe and waterproof.
Oh,
So
neat.
Ooh.
Okay.
put them on your cups or whatever.
I have one on my stitchy stand, so mom got it for me and I
Yep.
put it right there right away.
I put it on my desk at work, so I see it every day.
Yep.
Cute. Another sticker I have is the I Heart Cross Stitch in a hoop. And this one's been pretty popular, and it's also thick and vinyl and dishwasher safe. So
These are very good quality stickers.
Yes. We have every one of them.
okay. And that's all I think I have until y'all want to
Make
show
our
me.
announcement.
Yes.
Okay, so this goes back. I've got to do a little backstory. And if for some reason I lose it, Jamie's going to pick up and take up where I leave off. My grandson, at the age of 4, was diagnosed with cancer. It's rhabdomyosarcoma.
Yep. Cancer of the inner ear.
Yeah. So it was between his eardrum and his brain. So he went to St. Jude. He was there for a 1.5 years. See, I'm gonna lose it. His motto all the way through it, his family is very strong in faith. Their motto all the way through was Joshua 1:9, be strong and courageous.
Yes. And he really took that motto to heart. That kid is a strong kid.
He's my hero.
Yep. And every time through treatment, everything, he's like, we're going to get through this. We're just going to keep going. We're just, and he's a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Yep.
He kept saying nothing's going to steal my joy.
Yes.
So I'm very, very proud of him. He has been what they call cancer-free, no evidence of disease for 4 years now.
He's in his 4th year.
Yeah. They won't call it remission until it's been 5 years. This type of cancer is known for coming back even late in years, so we're praying for a good outcome of that. He's having a lot of health issues from the radiation and the chemo, and Jamie will insert some pictures of him.
Yes.
I made sure with my daughter-in-law it was okay if I post his pictures. Just wanted to say that. But he went to St. Jude, and there is not enough good things I can say about St. Jude. They take care of these families. They don't have to worry about a thing.
His mom always said that St. Jude is a place that you never want to be, but is the best place in the world. It takes care of you. And the people there, their motto, the way they think about the kids, it's all about the kids, how to make the kids have a better treatment, have a better, because nobody wants to be there. But if you're going to be there, let's do the best we can for them.
But they put them up in apartments to live in. They have people that'll go buy your groceries, so you don't have to worry about that for them. So it is a good place.
The families do not see a bill from St. Jude.
So that being said, since we have stickers and everything for Colton's Courageous Crew, and Joshua 1:9 is his motto, more or less. I reached out to Susan because I know she does a lot of these religious things.
Faith-based.
Faith-based, yeah. And asked her if she would do something so that I can stitch it for Colton, maybe for Christmas.
Yeah.
And she graciously said that she would. So if you want to show that now.
Take it away.
Take it away.
I was very honored that you asked me to do this. It's truly a pleasure to work with you guys, and I'm so glad Colton's doing okay. And yeah, here we go. Be strong and courageous.
Just soaking it in.
Yeah. So we are going to be offering this in our shop. I think Susan said she's going to send us some hard patterns and some PDFs. And we are going to do 25% of all of our proceeds will be donated to St. Jude. And then Susan graciously said that she will do 25% of her proceeds to St. Jude. So
thank you for that.
Yes.
That donation is incredible.
And it will go to a good cause.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So this pattern means a lot to us. It's a fantastic pattern anyway, and it's just so serene, and it really it's Colt, Colt is very strong. He's a 10-year-old boy, and it just makes us think about him every time we see it. We hope that everybody also enjoys this pattern. Like Mom said, we're going to be donating to St. Jude for that. The more that we can do to help St. Jude, I am a monthly donator. So
we both are. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And that way the families don't see a bill, and this is how we can help them with that. Yes.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much.
Thank you.
So welcome.
This just means the world to us.
You said you showed it to Steph, right?
Yeah, Steph almost cried, my daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
She wanted to learn how to cross stitch just so she could do something for Colt. So then I showed it to her, and she's like, well, I don't have to stitch now. It's like, no, you do.
Let's make this happen.
So this is very appreciated.
So do you have an official release on this pattern?
Release
whenever y'all are ready.
Okay.
Send it to us.
I would say we are ready with this video. We'll go ahead and officially release it then.
Yes, let's go do it.
Yay! Okay, so do you want to talk about a coupon?
I was going to let you talk about the coupon because you're the one that's setting it up.
Okay, so while we still have Susan here, and then we just want to talk a little bit about all the patterns that she showed here. We will have those available. She does have plenty more patterns that she has not shown here, but we just wanted to take a small grouping. She decided which one she wanted to show, and we're grateful for that.
If she showed them all, we'd be here all day.
Yes, and in love all day.
Yes.
But we have those on our website and our Etsy store. With the exception of Strong and Courageous will not be on sale, but we do have a coupon code, and it will be Sweet Wing 20. And with that, you will get 20% off of the patterns that Susan has shown here. If you guys have any questions on patterns, let us know, reach out. We can answer whatever we possibly can, but you do have to have that code when you are checking out, and you have to watch the video to get that code.
We don't have every one of her patterns on our Etsy site right now. We will work on that. But
Mhm.
if you know of a pattern of hers that you want, reach out to us. We'll either invoice you for it or get it up on Etsy right away.
Yes. And we are going to have this coupon code run for 2 weeks. Susan has a lot going on and we do not want to stress her out. But our hope is not our hope. We are planning to have the coupon code end on August 3rd, which is exactly 2 weeks from today. We will collect all of your guys' orders, get those shipped off to emailed off to Susan, and then she's going to get the product, send it back. So when you guys do put the order in on Etsy or our website, you will not be getting a product for probably 3 weeks. So just want to put that out there.
And we do have some stock on some of the patterns, so we can go ahead and send those out right away. But if you don't get your pattern right away, just know that we have to get it from Susan. So
Yes.
it'll be a bit.
And she's busy and we want her to live her life.
And we want to support her. We want her to keep doing this for years.
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks, guys. I plan on it.
Good.
Well, Susan, do you have anything else you want to add?
I don't guess so. Just thank you so much for having me and for inviting me on here. You guys are my favorites, and
Thank you.
it's a pleasure to be here and to work with y'all. And yeah, I'm just
I could listen to you talk all day.
I know.
I don't know if you know, I'm originally from South Carolina. So I used to have that accent, but somehow along the way I lost it.
And her love for sweet tea, it's gone.
It's gone.
Oh,
I was forced to stop drinking it. Well,
I'll
thank
drink
you.
it up for you later today.
Okay. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.